Hi everybody, it's Kate Kaltoff and welcome. Whoops, I've got a little random stray pumpkin here. Um, Welcome to my Facebook Live. It is Tuesday, October 3rd, and it's kind of a big day here at Stampin' Up! Because demonstrators get to pre-order some online exclusives that are coming up next month, and they are so cute. So obviously, it is the first thing I'm going to do once this Facebook Live is over. But I just wanted to welcome you and thank you for coming today. I know that some of you have been asking me, did I earn the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip? And the answer is yes, barely by the skin of my teeth on the second to the last day that I could earn that incentive trip, which is pretty remarkable. So that just goes to show just how loyal and dedicated my downline and customers are. Really, honestly, this past year, I just didn't do that much Stampin' Up! I was just too busy with all of the things that changed in my life. And so to actually earn the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip with all of that going on in my life was quite an accomplishment. So thank you. Oh, thank you so much. All right, so we are going to do Pick of the Patch today. Honestly, that was not my plan. Last time that we were on together, I said that we would do the earth and texture cards. So I had shown them to you. I was so excited about doing them with you. But guess what? The stamp set is not available. So I thought, well, shoot, because you can't order the bundle if the stamp set isn't available. So I'm going to put this on hold. Maybe we can do this next week. But it just worked out that the Pick of the Patch bundle is pretty darn cute as well, and I had some card ideas for this as well. So let me just share with you the cards that we're going to make today. We're going to do this cutie right here. It says Cutie Pie, and this was actually my team meeting mystery card this past month, and I think everybody really enjoyed it. And I'll show you what I based it off in a minute. And then we're also going to do this card right here. Nice, easy, simple stamping, and then with the builder punch that makes super cute pumpkins. So love these cards. Hope you love them as well. And let me share with you that the reason I did this as a mystery card for my team meeting is because our team meeting make and takes included this cute little box. And so this is the nested boxes that you can find in our mini catalog. And so they look like this. You can hide little treats in there, and it's just super cute. So just took the idea from this box and translated it onto a card. So my downline had the option. They could either make the box or they could make the card. And I think quite a few chose to make the box. We have some other make and takes that we did in our demo meeting last month, and they were this one. Isn't that cute? That is, all of these are using the designer series paper called Them Bones, but the stamp set is Pick of the Punch. So there's this cute little card that opens up kind of like a gatefold. And then there's this cute little card that just uses the punch outs, as you can see. And then, of course, the card that I already showed you that we're making today. And the little box right here. So those are the four little things that we did. Well, we didn't actually do them, but I provided the make and take for my team members that wanted to get the make and take. Speaking of team members, it's a great time to join Stampin' Up! They're having something ridiculous coming up. So let me just share it with you. I couldn't believe it when I saw the information. It was rather shocking. You can get a starter kit from Stampin' Up! For 35% off or 30% more product included. So if you choose to get the 35% off, you only pay $64.35 for $125 in product of your choice. If you get the 35% more, you pay $99 just like usual, except you get 35% more product in your starter kit for up to $168.75 in product of your choice. So I have a little graphic about this on my Stamping to Share blog if you just want to look at the graphic to kind of think about it. But it's to celebrate Stampin' Up's 35th anniversary year. So, and it even includes a free pass to our virtual onstage event coming up in November. Oh my gosh, this has got to be probably the best special Stampin' Up has ever run on a starter kit. So consider, because it's going to be great. All right, so let's go ahead and start putting together this card right here. And we are going to start by doing this background piece because as you can see, there is a ribbon wrap. So let's go ahead and get that going. We've got some Cajun Craze at 4 by 5 1/4. And I have some little pieces of the Them Bones Designer Series paper. Let me just quickly show you that DSP. So it looks like this, super cute, and it's in stock. So I can actually show it to you without stressing over the fact that you can't get it. Here we go. These little skeletons are so cute. And then here is a bunch of tombstones. And this is a little bat figure, very darling. Some more little bats. And then one of the unique pieces of this paper is that it also includes some little cutouts that you can use to make quick and easy cards. And the back of the cutout says boo eek, so cute little writing on there if you choose not to use your cutouts. So these are just a little sampling of that. But of course, there's more. There's always more. So go ahead and look in the mini catalog if you'd like to see a little bit better picture of that. So let me get this out of the way. We'll go back to card making here. So I cut these. This also is kind of a little bat motif. So I cut it at 1 7/8 by 2 1/2, and you'll want 4 of these little cutouts. And you're just going to loosely place them here onto your background. And then what I like to do is, you know, I just want to put them in place. So I'm going to take a little Stampin' Seal, but I'm just putting on a touch. I'm barely putting any on, as you can probably, of course it does help if I can get it out to begin with. But that doesn't matter because I'm barely putting any on because I'll probably just glue it down. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to move these around until I get them right where I want them. So all 4 borders are nice and even. That's why I'm just barely putting on any adhesive because I kind of want to get them lined up first. And then I can easily pick them up and glue them down with some multi-purpose liquid glue. So once I have them in place with just a touch of the Stampin' Seal, then it's easy to go in, and now I can take this this one right here, since it seems to want to come off the quickest, and I'll take some multi-purpose liquid glue and just attach this. And then you have the option of wiggling it into place. And then we'll go ahead and just go around the whole thing and do that. Again, thank you so much for joining me live this morning. If you missed today's live, I do a little chatting and visiting with you tomorrow when I do my YouTube premiere for these cards. So that's always fun. And that will be at 10 o'clock a.m. Central over on YouTube. So it's always kind of fun to see people because they like to be with me live. And so I will work that into my schedule so that the people that missed today for some reason can join me tomorrow. There we go. So we have this all, look at how nicely spaced this all is. Turned out great. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do our ribbon wrap. So we're using the black and very vanilla gingham ribbon here. And this is out of our Stampin' Up! Mini catalog. I really love the mini catalog. It's just super cute. So many good stamp sets, so many good papers. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip this around and attach with a piece of Scotch tape just to get it in place right where I want it. And I'm going maybe about not quite a ½ inch down from that center part. There we go. Then we can go ahead and attach this to our card base. So the card base is 4 1/4 by 11 inches, scored at 5 1/2. And I'm just going to add that with multi-purpose liquid glue. Nice and quick. Just center that in. I love the layered look, don't you? Multiple layers. So there we are at this point. Now let's go ahead and do some stamping. So we're going to set all of this aside for the moment. And we're going to get some scraps out because we need quite a few scraps. We need a scrap of white so we can stamp our pumpkin. And I want to stamp this first because it takes a little while for the pumpkin to dry to get the face on. So we're going to use 2 colors of ink Yes, 2 colors of ink on this card, I think. Let me just check. Nope, 3 colors. Nope, 4 colors. Oh my gosh, Kay, get it right. All right, so we're using Cajun Craze, because we're going to do that on the inside. And we've got You're the Pick of the Patch, or Old Olive to do the leaves from You're the Pick of the Patch bundle, because we are going to do some leaves on the inside. And we've got Pumpkin Pie, of course, for our pumpkin. And we also have Tuxedo Black. That's what we're going to stamp the little face with and our sentiments with. So let me get this out of the way. And the one that we're going to take right now is the Pumpkin Pie. And I am going to take my pumpkin, ink him up. And you want to keep this down in the right-hand corner. You'll see why in a second. So get that on there. Perfect. And then using your, I should have shown you the bundle. Looks like this. Pick of the Patch. And then, of course, the cute little punch that goes with it. And what we're going to do is we're going to flip the punch upside down. And as you can see, if you put it in the right-hand corner, it gives you a little bit of leeway for punching out, and then you don't get so many little scraps. You still get a few little scraps, but not as many. Then we're going to need a little scrap of Old Olive because we want to make a stem for our little pumpkin. Just like that. And then we need a scrap of Basic Black because we're going to use another punch. And this one is called Modern Oval Punch. And this is a great punch. Fits lots of sentiments. So you can use it as a sentiment punch, or you can use it like we're using it, where we are building an image and putting a sentiment over the top of it. So love this punch. Really hope it carries over because it's just such a nice size. Get a few scraps out of the way here. And then we also are going to need a ½ inch strip of basic white paper. And we're going to stamp with our Memento ink Cutie Pie. And if this doesn't turn out, I actually have a backup because it's hard for me to put my head right over the top of this when I'm doing a video, because then you wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that one. It's a little off. So let me grab my backup, pre-stamped with my head right over the top so I could get it exactly in the center. All right, so then we're going to cover these pads up. Oh, we should stamp the inside as long as we're at it. So the inside panel is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. Let me get all these little pieces out of here so I don't lose them. And we're going to take our gourd image in pumpkin pie, and we're going to stamp this down here. And then we're going to take that old olive that I was telling you about, and we are going to stamp a squiggle on top of that cute little gourd. My little grandson's name is Gordy, so I think I'll have to give him this little card with the little gourd. And then just stamp a squiggle, and then stamp a leaf, also with old olive. Oh my gosh, so cute. Then we're going to stamp a couple of leaves, and we're going to use Cajun Craze for the leaves. So we're just going to stamp those, you know, fluttering down along the side here. And the next thing we're going to do is stamp You're the Pick of the Patch, and I think we'll do that in Memento Black. So let's get that out. Lots of stamping. So we've got Cutie Pie on the front and You're the Pick of the Patch on the inside. Oh my gosh, so cute. All right, so let me get some of this out of the way so that I don't bump something and end up with ink where I do not want it. And I think we're done with the inks now. Oh shoot, except for the Tuxedo Black, because we need to stamp our little face on this pumpkin. So let me get my little face image here, and we're going to stamp that right here. Oh my gosh, so cute. Yes, yes, yes. Let me hold it up so you can see how cute this is. Oh, I just love it. That is about the cutest little pumpkin face. All right, then we're going to put our stem on, and we are going to use a glue dot for that. So I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to grab a glue dot here. We'll just set this on the end of the stem. Kind of crumple it up if you need to. And then I just take my little pumpkin, set it right over the top. That way I know I'm getting the glue dot covered. And then we have our completed little pumpkin. Okay, so now it's just a matter of assembling this card and adding a bow. So I am going to do that. We are going to do the inside panel. I know, I open and shut ink pads all the time, but I've just learned my lesson through the years that I do not want to have open ink pads on my desk. All right, so to put this into the inside panel, I'm going to use some Stampin' Seal right along the top here. And we're going to set this in. And there is our inside panel all completed. And here is our outside panel. So let's go ahead and get this prepared. So what we want to do is we're going to be setting this about like here. So what we want to do is we're going to use dimensionals for that. So I've got some dimensionals here. So I'm going to put some at the top and some at the bottom. Let me get the peelies off. And then we're just going to set this in, I don't know, I think about like that. Then take your cutie pie, because that's going to go on next. And using a scissors, we are going to cut this little edge into a slash. And then this is going to go right here. And then our pumpkin is going to go over the top of it, like that. So this can go flat down onto this spot. So I'm going to put a little Stampin' Seal on the back. So we want a little bit of that ribbon to show. There we go. And then our pumpkin is going to go right here, but we're going to put our pumpkin on dimensionals. I'm going to add a dimensional right over the top of that stem. Gives it a little bit more extra security. Although you really don't need much extra security with the glue dot, let me tell you. All right, so we're going to set this in right here. Isn't that cute? Now we just need the crowning touch, which is a bow. So I'm going to take a little ribbon and we're going to do a tie-on bow. So I'm going to slip it under. And then just tie it on. Wow, I didn't give myself a lot of ribbon. This is tricky business. Only because I've tied many, many bows did that succeed. If I were not a professional bow tyer, I maybe would have had to have a little more ribbon to work with. All right. So then trim up your edges. Not too much waste. And then, oh my gosh, this is so cute, but we're going to make it even cuter. We're going to add some classic matte dots to this. So we're going to take a bigger dot. Oops, let me just flip this around so I can use the gummy part. And I think we'll set that, I don't know, right there. Take a little dot, set it up here, and then maybe another little dot, and we'll set that down here. Whoops. Wherever you want it, wherever you think it looks good. 3 little dots. And this card is complete. So here's the outside, and here's the inside. Thank you, Kathy. Nice of you. Very nice of you to comment. I haven't had a chance to really watch a lot of the comments, but thank you for all of you that are commenting. I appreciate it. All right, so we're going to set that aside because we're going to make our next card now. And I have to find it. Where did it go? Oh, this is a nice, easy card. That's not the one. Here it is. It's almost the same one, but it uses the speckled dots instead of the classic matte dots. And I kind of wanted to use the same little dots that I did on the first card, so I'm using classic matte. So let's go ahead and make this card. So we are going to start with our card base this time because it's really easy. So we've got a 4 1/4 by 11 inch piece of crumb cake that's scored at 5 1/2, and that's our card base. And then we are going to take a 3 by 4 inch panel of the bat paper. Again, that's from the Them Bones Designer Series paper pack. We're going to set this in. And then we're going to take a 1 by 4 inch panel, making sure that the bats are cut vertically like this. And you're going to set that on the inside. Now, when my downline get their make and takes, we don't do the inside. So this is a little add-on that they can do if they want to. but that way they can customize the inside as they desire. So we're just going to leave this blank, but this is the outside. Then let's go ahead and we're going to do a bunch of stamping. So I'm going to set this aside and let me get out our next segment that we're working on. So all of our stamping, well, almost all of our stamping is going to be on this 2.5 by 3.5 inch piece of basic white. And the first thing we want to do is stamp the pumpkin that's going to be popped up in the center. So I've got a piece of scrap here. And once again, we're going to do this in, let me grab it, pumpkin pie. And I did make a backup in case I goof up, but we'll see how it goes. So we're going to stamp it again, bottom right of the scrap. And then we'll take the punch and line it up and punch it out. So this punch actually punches out 2 pumpkins, a leaf, and a stem. There we go. So we're going to need a little stem punch out. So I've got a scrap of basic black. So we'll grab a stem. And I think that's all the punching we need to do. So I'm going to put my punch away. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and attach this stem right away. So again, we're going to do that with a little glue dot. Same procedures we did before. I'm just going to take a little glue dot, kind of crumple it up a little bit, add it to the stem, and then I can set my pumpkin right over the top of it. And it's ready to go. And of course, we're going to put this on with dimensionals, so I might as well, as long as I've got my dimensionals here, I'll go ahead and add those. And once again, I'm adding a dimensional kind of over the top of the stem just for extra security. We're going to set that aside for a minute. And then, as I mentioned, we're going to be stamping on this. I better get the dimensions again because I didn't stamp on it when I mentioned the dimensions, but it's 2.5 by 3.5. And we are going to get the Cajun Craze out now. And I think I need to clean my, I'm going to just go ahead and clean my pumpkin here so that I can get a good image. What else do I need to clean? Anything else? I don't think so. I think we're good. All right, so we're going to stamp 1 pumpkin with Cajun Craze on the right. That's the bigger pumpkin. Then we're going to take the smaller pumpkin, stamp it with Cajun Craze on the left. Ugh, I don't really like how that turned out, but maybe it'll look better once it dries. If not, I have a backup, but I'm going to go ahead and continue on with this, and I might switch to my backup, but I'll show you all the steps for stamping. So here we've got our old olive, and I'm going to stamp the stem, that little squiggly thing that's part of the stem. That's going to go right here. And then we've got our leaf. That's going to go right here. And then the next thing we're going to do is stamp another leaf. Oh, I do need to clean this one. I just got a new chamois, guys. My old chamois was just not making me happy, so I decided to get a new one. So I'm going to put this here, and then our squiggle. There. So this is what it looks like. But I'm not crazy how light this pumpkin here turned out. I know. But I do have a backup. And the only thing I added to the backup is I did You're the Pick of the Patch right at the top with Tuxedo Black Memento. Candace is saying she hopes she's inspired to make Halloween cards after watching this morning. These are pretty cute Halloween cards, and there is a Halloween sentiment in this setup here. 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 matte panel of Cajun Craze. So let's go ahead and put that on. So I'm going to use some Stampin' Seal. We're going to set this in just like perfect. And then we'll take our pumpkin and we're going to set it right there. So let me take the adhesive off, or the little peelies off the back. And we're going to set that in just like so. And now we're going to put this onto the front of our card. And I think we're going to do this with dimensionals. It'll just add a little pop. It's pretty. So let me go ahead and set this in. Just center it right in the center of the card will look great. Then we're going to take our black and very vanilla checked ribbon, going to tie off a bow, and we're going to stick that bow on with a glue dot. So we want kind of a little bow, so let me fuss with this just a second. That looks pretty good. And that little bow is going to go right here on top of our pumpkin. Might even make it a little bit smaller. Right there. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Which side do I want to use? I think I like the other side. All right, so take a glue dot and stick that little bow right there on your pumpkin. Super cute. Now let's add the crowning touch, which are some more of these classic matte dots. So we're going to use the Take Your Pick tool. I think I'll take a bigger one, put it right there, and then a couple of small ones, just randomly. And it's just perfect. Let me get my tools out of the way here. All right, so here we go. It's so cute. So here are the two cards that we did today. Let's see if I can get them all out together. Aren't they just the sweetest? Oh my gosh. So that's what we did today. And then next week, if it's in stock, we'll make this set of cards, because I think the Earthen Textures stamp set is beautiful for fall cards, and I want to show you how to make these two cards. So hopefully next week we'll be doing this. Have a great day, everyone. I truly appreciate you, and be sure to join me tomorrow for the premiere if you would like. That's over on YouTube. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.